Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I hope you enjoyed this video and I also hope that you subscribe to my channel. So today's video is finally me doing a fill on my Kiara Sky Jelly Tips. So I did already record this video and accidentally deleted it, so this is me re-recording the video. Initially, my initial thoughts on the product are actually pretty good. I didn't have any lifting. I had no cuticle lifting. Let me rephrase that. I had no cuticle lifting, and the lifting that I had was on my side walls. On one of the nails, I didn't fully connect the tip with the nail, so I had a little bit of lifting there, but the lifting on my side walls was very minimal. But no cuticle lifting, and I attribute that to the product as well as the application. Like I've said in many of my videos, I've really been trying to focus on not, when I'm applying my product, not getting that on my skin, avoiding getting any of the product on my cuticles and my side walls. If you do it before curing and you get it off, that's fine. But if you cure the product on that cuticle area or that sidewall area, you will get lifting. So I attribute it to the application of my initial installation of this set was a lot neater and cleaner than a lot of my sets previously. So I'm going to go ahead and do show you guys how I would do a fill on this set. I am using their prep, their primer, and the builder gel. I'm not using the top coat. In my follow-up video, I did mention their top coat wasn't my favorite. It's a good top coat if you like a thinner top coat. I prefer a thicker top coat. So someone did ask me what are some of my favorite top coats. I would say Model Ones and Beetles, but I do have a top coat compatibility playlist that I will link in the cards above. So check that out. And if there's a top coat you want me to test, definitely leave that in the comments below and I'll see if I can do a video testing that top coat out for you. So you just want to go in and on the new growth area, apply the on the new growth area of the nail, apply the primer and the bond. I go in with 2 coats of the primer and let them dry. It doesn't matter if it gets on the product that's already there. It's just to dehydrate the nail, take out the oils, and just to make sure that the new product adheres. So it does not matter if you get this on the old product. So don't worry about that too much. So again, just do 2 coats of that primer. And then I'm just going to go into each nail and just rebuild the nail. When I remove the old set, I removed the color and the little bit of sidewall lifting I had. And I did take down some of the bulk of the nail because I want to make sure with this application that my shaping is still good and that my apex areas are still good. And the more bulk you remove just really depends on how long those nails have grown out. I only wore these nails for a little bit under 2 weeks, so I didn't have a whole lot of growth, but I did have a lot because my nails have been growing a lot faster with all the use of my cuticle oil. So you would treat this just like any fill. The nail tips hold up. So I think a lot of people ask if you can fill this product because if the tips hold up, it's just like using any nail tip, a plastic nail tip. Over time, yes, it's going to start, you're going to have to do a whole new set of nails, but you can do a fill. The tips do hold up so that this product can be filled. I know that the Apres system, which I don't have and have not used, I know that there is a suggested to do a new tip each time. Kiara Sky has posted on their Instagram that these you can do a fill on these. So these tips do hold up and they have been holding up for me. So I'm just going in. I went in with pretty much 2 layers of the builder gel. And for the most part, I'm painting on a medium coat of the builder gel. If, when you're looking at the nail, there's dips or anything like that, then those are the areas that I would put more builder gel. I still want to make sure I'm avoiding my sidewalls and my cuticle area. And each layer, the first layer I just flash cure. The second layer I cure for 60 seconds. Kiara Sky does say that you can cure this builder gel in 30 seconds, but I always cure stuff just a little bit longer. I am using a UV LED lamp, and I believe it's a 46, 48 watt lamp. So I just cure it for a minute. And definitely while you're doing your fill, you just want to make sure that you're looking at the nail from different angles. You're making sure you still have the same structure of your nail. But basically, yeah, you can do a fill on this product. Some of the things that I did want to mention, some of the questions that I was asked is if I would wear these tips alone, and also if I had any bending with these tips. So in my initial video, which I will link in the cards above, I added the builder gel. I didn't just apply the tips and go, which that is how it's marketed. For me, I would not wear the tips just like that unless it was, I'm only doing this nail design for a day. At work, I do type a lot. I use my hands a lot in my normal life. Like, I drive my car, I roll up my window, I roll down my window. Like, I'm touching stuff all day. I'm pressing buttons for the elevator. You use your hands a lot. So you need that nail to have strength if you bump it against something accidentally. So for me, I would not wear the tips without the additional structure. I do appreciate the full coverage tips because nails is something that I'm still learning. So it helps me with the structure of the nail, like the apex and then the shaping of the nail. So that's why I like the full coverage tips, just to help me out with where everything's supposed to be. The stiletto tips are not as sturdy as the coffin tips. So maybe you can wear those coffin tips without the added structure. However, for me, I wouldn't even wear those without a little bit structure. A little bit more of the builder gel or adding some poly gel or something like that. I did do a video where I added dip powder on full coverage tips. Those were the XXL tips. So I'll link that above too. So if you want to just do the full coverage tips and then add acrylic on top of them, you can still do that as well. It's just like adding acrylic on top of a tip. The normal tips. So I'll link that dip powder video for you and check that out. The other thing that I wanted to mention is with this builder gel, I did not experience any heat spikes. I know a lot of people don't use gel because of the heat spikes, but for me, I didn't experience any heat spikes at all with this product. I used the regular setting on my lamp. I was going in with thin layers, so that could be a reason why. Also, I don't remove my previous set all the way down to my natural nail. So every time I remove my nails, I do keep a little bit of product on there as long as it's clear. And I do have a video of removing a dip powder set, but it's the same way I remove all my sets. So check out that video so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So after I've cured everything and wiped off the sticky layer, I'm going to go in and file. I did leave the filing in here because I wanted to show that you don't have to use your e-file for the whole nail. With this product, it is a soft product. It is easy to shape with your hand file. So the hand file I'm using is 180 100 grit. On the 180 side, I'm using the 180 side to kind of fix the shaping of the nail, and then on the 100 side just to go over the top of the nail, make sure there's no lumps or bumps. I did my best to stay in frame, but if you've ever recorded yourself filing your nails on film, it's one of the hardest things to do. So I apologize that I wasn't entirely in frame with the filing, but I did want to leave a little bit of it in. I do go in for my cuticle area with the e-file and a safety bit, and I go around my sidewalls and my cuticle area to make sure there's nothing on the skin, to make sure that that area is smooth and flush with just smooth and flush, and that also if there's no little pieces of lifting or anything like that. So it's kind of, I guess it's called sealing that area in. So I just go around and just make sure that whole area is flush with the natural nail. And you can do this with your arbor band or your sanding band, but I like to use the safety bit because you're not going to cut your skin. And then if there is like any extra bulk, I'll just go across the nail really quickly with this bit. But this carbide bit, it does catch. So you want to be very, very careful that you're not leaving it in one spot. You're not, when you're using the bit, you're not applying any pressure. Let your bit and your e-file do the work for you. You can clean up this area with the hand file as well. My preference is just to do my cuticle work and my sidewall work with my e-file. I feel like I get closer, and I feel like with these with the files you can cut yourself. And then when I go in after I'm done filing, I do buff out the nails with a 100 grit buffer, and I find that when I use the buffer I can get a little bit closer to my cuticle area as well, not cut myself, versus with the hand file. So that's just a little bit of my filing routine. And like I said, I do apologize. It's very hard to get that filing on camera and to stay in frame. The dust collector I'm using is just like a $50 dust collector I got off Amazon. I will leave the link down below for it. But I do want to try out McCart's dust collector. It's a little bit more expensive, but I've seen it on Femi Beauty's or Femi Beauty's page, and she's been using it for a couple months and she still likes it. So I'm kind of, if you need something in a pinch, then of course get this, but it's not the best. But I'll leave the link for it down below. What else can I say about how these nails performed? I didn't have any bending. I only had a little bit of sidewall lifting. Oh, one thing, I did use the medium stilettos, and in order to achieve the length that I got, I just did not place the full coverage tip all the way down to the cuticle area, which you will also see in the initial video that I linked of me installing and unboxing, well, my unboxing and my first installation of this set. I think that's pretty much it. I think I've answered all the questions that was asked as in regards to this product. I definitely would continue to use this product. I will be doing a full set with the coffin tips, but I think I'm going to do that with poly gel and see how those perform. And I think that's pretty much it as far as this product goes. If there's questions that you did ask that I did not answer, I do apologize. Leave it again in the comments below and I'll try and answer as many questions as possible. I will also try and go back to the other videos and see if there's a bunch of unanswered questions and try and get those answered as well. So if I didn't answer your question, check the comment section in a couple days. Hopefully it gets answered, or leave me a comment. Whatever you prefer. And here I am doing a nude glitter design in this on the middle finger and the ring finger. For some reason, those are my two hardest nails to shape and to perfect. I don't know. I really don't know what it is about those two nails, but every set I get, those two nails always look a little wonky. So I definitely probably should just practice those two nails and only those two nails, but I'm working on it, work in progress. But here I just kind of want to do an ombre effect with the glitter and the gel polish. I found it was not as hard to do the glitter ombre with the gel polish with one of the polishes being glitter, just because that glitter has a clear base to it. So what I did was just paint it. I painted the nail, and the polishes are pretty almost touching each other, and then I just went in with a detailer brush. This one is a little bit thicker than most and it's shorter, so it's not all the brushes are shorter, so it's pretty easy, and just blending that area a little bit in the middle. I like how this look turned out. Unfortunately, I don't like the shaping of those two fingers, but overall I do like how this look turned out. This new gel polish is on 265 and the glitter is 247. I don't remember which collection these came from. What else can I say? Oh, with this new gel polish, I did have one of my thumbs wrinkle the first layer because I applied it too thick. But when I applied my second layer, and you'll see at the end I do a picture of just my thumbs, I applied my second layer and it kind of filled in all those spaces for the wrinkling. So if your first layer wrinkles, you may be able to fix that with your second coat. Hopefully you can fix that with your second coat. But because this polish is so pigmented and some of their Beetles polishes are a little bit thicker, you do have to be careful with how thick you apply your layers. And it really sometimes doesn't matter how high wattage your lamp is if you apply that gel polish too thick. And if you apply it too thick, it will peel away also from the nail, I have found. So that's just my thoughts on that. And I'm just moving around some of the glitter into some spots that were a little bare. I didn't want full coverage, but I didn't want like empty spots. So that's what I'm doing there. And I think I cured each layer. I think I did 90 seconds on each layer because of the polish being a little bit thicker. And I am getting to the part where I'm adding, on those two glitter nails, I did add a layer of base coat because this is a chunky glitter. So you're not going to get that smooth finish you get with your nail polish. So what I did was I added a layer of base coat, cured that for 60 seconds. Then I went in with a layer of top coat. So it did really smooth out that glitter. And you can also top coat. Another way to do that is to add your top coat, cure it, buff it, clean off all the dust, and then go in with another layer of top coat. And that'll give you a smooth finish as well. So it's really just up to you. I didn't want to introduce more dust into my room as I was painting my nails. So that's why I went in with the base coat. And it works good if the base coat is a little bit thicker, but you want to make sure you're not losing the shape of your nails. In this situation, I did, after I cured everything, I did go in and do a little bit of finish filing, especially on that middle finger and ring finger because they weren't shaped well to begin with. Just because I have trouble with those two nails on both hands. So I did go in and do a little bit of finish filing, and maybe you could see the difference in the pictures that I show at the end. Another thing I wanted to let you guys know, if you get a little bit of gel polish on your skin, after you're done curing it, don't pick it off. Like, leave it. Wash your hands a couple times and then go in with some cuticle oil, and then it'll peel off a little bit easier. But if your skin is like really dry after applying nails and you're picking like gel polish off, you could cut yourself. Like, just add the moisture back to your skin, and then go in with some cuticle oil, and then you could it's easier to come off. So that's something that I've actually got better with getting my nail polish, keeping my nail polish on my nails. But I did have a little bit with this set, so that's how I got that excess polish off my sidewalls in this set. So I ended up curing my top coat. This is Beetle's top coat as well. I ended up curing that for 2 minutes. I like to cure my top coat a little bit longer than suggested because in my mind it makes it shinier. I'm not really sure if that's true, but in my mind it works. So that's pretty much it. Here is the finished set, and that's before I went in and did the finish filing. You'll see the finish filing in the you'll see how everything turned out in the pictures at the end. So I do want to thank you guys for spending your time with me. If I didn't answer all your questions that you wanted answered, leave those in the comments below and I'll do my best to get back to everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys back soon for another video. Thanks again for watching.